Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be starting something new up. It's something I thought of, and something I thought of a while ago, and I've been planning to do it, but I just haven't had a good story for it. But I've got something for it, and this is going to start off way different than my usual ones. Because it usually starts with Deku being born and all of his abilities are in his quirk and make it similar to him, but no, this is going to be way different. So, let's get into it. And if you didn't know, this is what if Deku was Hades. And if you don't know who Hades is, Jesus, I couldn't pronounce that. Just look him up. Real popular entity. That's the word I meant to say. But Hades, he's in his palace, sitting on his throne, in the underworld, and he's gotten bored. The screams of the souls that are being tortured have grown boring. He's become very bored. And he hasn't been to the mortal realm in centuries. And the last time he came out of the underworld was probably when the fight against the Titans. Well, after the fight of the Titans. And Hades, like I've said, has grown bored. So he has chosen to travel to the mortal realm. But what are you saying? You guys are, but wait, well, where's Deku gonna come into this? Don't worry, guys, I got this. So, basically, Hades goes into the mortal realm. And is somehow, like, let's say Hades, traveled to the mortal realm, like, the day Deku was born. But to his surprise, something went wrong with a spell he casted to travel to the mortal realm. He looked down at himself. He was a child, a newborn. But he basically was sort of reincarnated as Deku, but not exactly. He's more or less possessing his body. Yeah, Deku is basically being a vessel for the god Hades. And but Hades retains all of his knowledge and all of his memories. And when as Deku is growing up, his hair starts turning blue, his skin paler, his eyes look like they haven't been. It looks like they haven't. It looks like he hasn't slept in weeks. He's basically turning into the picture. What the picture looks like: tattoos, necklace, hair, everything. Deku basically turns into to the guy in the picture. Necklace, he got tattoos on his arms. He basically turns into the character in the picture. That's what he turns into as he grew up. And Deku goes to the quirk doctor, and he is diagnosed as quirkless. And Hades is like, "Are you sure about that?" He conjures up a blue fire ball in his hand. He also turns invisible, teleports to the other side of the room. Basically, he's playing off his godly powers as a quirk. And I put quirk in quotes because he doesn't like saying the word quirk. It sounds weird to him. So basically, all of Hades' abilities are pyrokinesis, blue fire, typically. Well, obviously, because he's Hades. He can teleport. He can conjure up thorns from the ground. He can summon skeletal troopers. He can also summon a staff of some sorts. It's more of a spear in my opinion. It's yeah, it's like Poseidon's pitchfork, but take out the middle prong, and that's basically what it is. But it's not exactly. Basically, it's a weird, yeah, it's a staff. I'm just gonna call it a staff. And with this staff, he can summon Cerberus, his three-headed hellhound. That's legit what it is. And Deku barely comes home with Inko because he basically just lives in the underworld in his palace. And since the picture is basically what he looks like in the underworld, no one can really tell the difference. And he regained all of his memories and powers. So as Deku's growing up, he's more of the... He is more or less exiled, giving him the more Hades-themed for being mischievous, evilish, villainous, as some would put it. But to Hades, it's just pure fun to him. So Deku isn't bullied. Hades isn't bullied because, he's the god of the underworld. Lord of the dead. There's so many titles to him, I can't even pronounce them all. Oh, one of Hades' one of Hades' abilities is invisibility, because of something that he got from someone. I can't remember exactly. I did research, but I didn't do that much research. So, last day in middle school, teacher walks in with all the papers. Basically, you all know what this scene is. What do you kids want to be when you graduate? Those are the papers that we all know you guys want to be heroes. And then he's going through the list, and he's like, he announces, looks like this year two students from this class are going to try out for the UA entrance exam. And Mario stands up. He's like, two. Cool. And then he reads off the list. Why did I forget his name for a second? Bakugo Katsuki and Izuku Midoriya. And everyone looks at Deku about to laugh. But Deku stares them all down. He's got that fire in his eyes, and he looking like, if you laugh at me, I'm gonna drag you to hell. So they all turn back around. It was just like, and then they changed the subject entirely. And let's say Deku took a different path. Let's say the sludge villain is caught, but does escape the same way it escapes in canon, and it has Bakugo, and Deku's just walking down the street, and he sees Bakugo being trapped in the sludge villain, struggling, and the hero's doing nothing. And Hades looks over, and he's like, oh, how the mighty have fallen. Because Bakugo was always acting so high and mighty, but he can't even beat a low-line criminal like the sludge villain. I'm putting him as a low-line criminal because that's basically what he is. So Deku moving through the crowd. And then the pros try to stop him, but he gives them that stare. As in, if you mess with me, you push me, I'm gonna push back 10 times harder. So the pros let him walk up to the sludge villain, and sludge villain's like, what are you gonna do? No, Like, Sludge Villain's like, what can you do? And then Deku's is like, what can I do? The top of his head ignites with blue flames. He conjures up fire. Blue flames. Searing, burning the villain. Burning it enough for it to let go of Bakugo. And Bakugo able to get away. Away from the Sludge Villain so Deku can do his work. So basically what Deku does, he conjures a fire around the Sludge Villain. Basically circling the Sludge Villain in flames. Confining him to that one area. And this was all caught on camera, so Deku. And then he teleports to his palace in the underworld. 10 months of training, he doesn't do much. He hangs around the palace. For the entrance exam, Deku doesn't trip, so he doesn't meet Uraraka. Written exam, he aces because Hades is a very smart god. And a very rich god, too. So Deku got the monies. How do you think he got the cat tattoos? The physical exam. This is gonna be an interesting one. So, he's walking up to the gate, and Ida taps on his shoulder, and he gives him that stare. It's like, if you mess with me, I'm gonna mess with you. Then Ida backs off, not saying a word, and Ida's like talking to himself in his head. So we got a troublemaker on our hands. Things starts. Present mic 3, 2, 1, and as Deku just slowly walks down the road as the robots are coming at him, thorn bushes spike out from the ground, tingling and snaring? Is that the word? Yeah. No. Mutilating the robots and the thorns. And the ones that don't get trapped in the thorns get incinerated by his blue flames. He's just showing off some of his tricks. He hasn't even shown them all off yet. He hasn't summoned any Skeletroopers or Cerberus. But the Zero Pointer shows up. He sees Uraraka trapped under some rubble, and he's like, screw it. Why not? He summons massive thorn vines to tangle the Zero Pointer up. And then he launches a massive fireball into the head of the Zero Pointer, completely melting it. And then he picks up Uraraka out from the rubble, not rubber, making sure she's alright. She's all fine and dandy. Then he creates a portal in front of him, walks through him into the underworld, into his palace. And I do have a ship prepared for this series, and it's going to be a very interesting one at that. Do I have time? Can I fit it in? I might be able to fit some of it in. Yeah. First day of UA. In front of... Instead of walking up like a normal student, nah. This giant portal opens up in front of UA, in the courtyard of UA, and all the teachers come out, like thinking that they're under attack by a villain, and who comes walking out of the portal? It's Cerberus. And if you don't know who Cerberus is, it's the 3-headed hound in the picture. Basically, Deku riding Cerberus to UA. Very interesting. Then he jumps off Cerberus and commands his friend to the portal to return home. And he walks in. All the pros and teachers looking at him like he's a mad lad. And... ooh, I'm out of time. Well, yeah. I might be able to fit it in if I work fast. He walks into the 1A. Not many people are looking at him. He sits in the back desk. Aizawa sits up and yells at him for being loud. And I'm going to have to cut this off here, guys. That's it for this part. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next part. Peace.